The next item is questions to the Assembly Commission, but no questions were tabled, and that brings us to the topical questions. And the first topical question from Adam Price.
Following the latest in a long line of local bank closure announcements, what action is the Welsh Government taking to introduce a public bank in accordance with the research conducted by the Public Policy Institute for Wales?
Our ministers have consistently called on commercial banks to maintain a strong branch network presence in Wales. The issue considered by the Public Policy Institute for Wales was the establishment of a public bank that prioritised economic development. The Development Bank of Wales will now take that report forward.
Well, the Cabinet Secretary will of course be aware of the announcements that a number of banks have made about branch closures throughout Wales, including my constituency. With these latest announcements, the number of branches that will have been closed since 2011 in Wales will now extend to 186 branches, and 5 of the 10 areas that have faced the greatest number of branches are in Wales, including Carmarthenshire. So it is a crisis, and I have read the report, which was commissioned by the government, and it was published by the Cabinet Secretary for the Economy as a result of a short debate held by Plaid Cymru on banking. And that report, well, it's not entirely correct to say that it only refers to economic development, but it also relates to other banking issues such as community banking. Therefore, may I ask, please, Cabinet Secretary, what are you going to do in terms of this crisis, in terms of community banking for the citizens of Wales who are now in a position where in many parts of Wales there is no financial service available for them at all?
Well, Llywydd, I am aware of the figures and the pattern that has emerged here in Wales.
The report looked at a range of different models, but the weight of its consideration was quite clearly on how a public bank for Wales might be used to plug gaps in the wider economy, rather than looking at examples of how alternatives to high street banking for customers coming in off the street might be developed. It does make a reference to the Hampshire model, though the last time that I asked for some information on the practical implementation of the Hampshire model, it wasn't looking as though it had made the progress that was hoped for by its originators. The Public Policy Institute report says that the introduction of any model would be very challenging and complex here in Wales. So I think that the answer to the developments that the member rightly points to may not be in the public bank debate that is very healthily going on in Wales, but in other things that we might be able to do, making sure that the post office is well placed to take on a wider range of banking activities, using the support that the Welsh Government provides to the post office network in Wales, making sure that credit union membership is available right across Wales, using the nearly £500,000 worth of additional investment that we're providing to credit unions this year. I've this week discussed with some credit union interests whether financial transaction capital might be useful to them in facing some of the challenges that they have to get over, and by that community level activity to do what we can to make sure that the services on the high street, which people have used hitherto in banking, but we have to recognise using less and less, but we still have a high street access for people who need it.